Good afternoon, friends and neighbors. My name is Gary Giese, and I'm a member of the Whitehall Area Historical Foundation. I would like to welcome everyone today to the rededication of our beautiful community bandstand, which underwent renovations this past year to restore it to its original state. The earliest settlers came into this area in the mid-1850s, a very hardy group. Many barely survived the Great Snow of 1856 and 57, including a young Dave Wood. Our ancestors did not set their hewn cabins here right away. Whitehall was originally located on the Pigeon Creek, approximately 1 mile to the east. As Easterners and immigrants settled in larger numbers westward after Wisconsin's statehood, the railroad laid its tracks following the Trempealeau river bottoms in September of 1873. The future site of Whitehall at that time was a productive wheat field. That field is a tip of the hat to the Yankees who settled here, bringing their farming methods used on the east coast of the U.S. decades earlier. The late 1800s and early 1900s would bring a great period of change to our community. As industrialization came to the east of the U.S., those factory workers needed food, which was produced in larger and larger quantities from this land of bounty. Whitehall was officially incorporated in 1887 with a population of 318 people. After a great deal of political maneuvering, county voters elected Whitehall to be the county seat, ensuring the prominence of our great city as an important place in the county. As the first generation of early settlers decided to move further west, mainly due to the failure of multiple wheat crops, a new wave of immigrants from Norway, along with immigrant Polish and German farmers, would settle within the Whitehall area and up the nearby coulees. Education and music became vital priorities of the people in this growing community. Early residents actively sought out ways to educate the public. The Library Association was formed in 1881, and the first order of books included works by Hawthorne, Longfellow, Bryant, Dickens, and Scott. In 1899, the village appropriated $500 and the town of Lincoln $100 to establish and build a free library in Whitehall. It was the first of its kind in Trempealeau County. Music was a very important priority to the culture of Whitehall since its earliest days. The city concert band enjoyed widespread fame, and during the Progressive era, the Whitehall Ladies Band was formed and became a leading social and musical organization. This leads us to where we are today. Many of the priorities of our community represented by this bandstand are still the wholesome values that are deeply ingrained in our community today. Today we celebrate the restoration and the 108th anniversary of the building of this beautiful bandstand here in Seymour Garden. The following are excerpts from various issues in the 1915 Times Banner and the official newspaper of Trempealeau County. April 1st, 1915, headline, Fine New Bandstand, Whitehall to have new bandstand, Chautauqua Committee to furnish the funds. The Chautauqua Committee consisting of Mrs. R.S. Cowie, Mrs. O.J. Ingham, Mrs. E.F. Hensel, Mrs. J.E. Hager, Mrs. C.B. Melby, and Mrs. J.M. Ingalls have worked tirelessly sponsoring plays, concerts, and dances in the Village Hall to raise the necessary funds to build a fine Pebble Dash bandstand. It will be 20 feet in diameter with 8 large cement pillars and a pagoda roof with extended eaves. The approximate cost is $700. And A.E. Wood has taken a contract to erect it. Flashing forward, October 1st, 1915, the citizens of Whitehall enjoyed a pleasant evening Friday night, and they were out en masse, the occasion being the dedication of the bandstand. This beautiful structure was brought by the Chautauqua Committee, given to the village using the proceeds from the Chautauquas held annually the past 6 years. So many of you may be asking, what was the Chautauqua Committee? They were a women's group in Whitehall who were part of an adult education movement which was highly popular in the late 19th and early 20th centuries in the United States. Named after Chautauqua Lake in New York, where the first gathering was held, Chautauqua assemblies expanded and spread throughout rural America until the mid-1920s. The Chautauqua Assembly brought entertainment and culture for the whole community, with speakers, teachers, musicians, entertainers, entertainers, preachers, and specialists of the day. Former U.S. President Theodore Roosevelt was quoted as saying that Chautauqua is the most American thing in America. Think of Chautauqua Assembly as college enrichment classes without the tuition and paperwork. As I was thinking about today, I asked myself, if only the bandstand could speak, what would you have seen in the last 108 years? I can imagine you have seen the whole gamut of human emotion, of struggle and celebration. In your lifetime, you have seen the train leave town during the World Wars, young men headed for the battlefields of Europe and the Pacific. You've seen the victory trains come through when the wars ended. You witnessed the historic 1948 State Centennial celebration where thousands of people descended upon Whitehall. You have been the host to many outstanding instrumental and vocal musicians. Many of you may have your own special memory of an event that took place here. May these memories continue. Thank you. At this time, I would like to recognize the contractors involved in the renovation, the Growth Design Group, R.J. Jarowski Construction, Jacobson Electric, Stendhal Painting. Let's give them a round of applause for all the nice work that they did. We would now like to recognize our legacy donor, Dave and Ruth Wood. Dave has a few words for us.
Don't worry, very few words. We're just here to thank you all for the help you gave us getting this project started. I never knew Archie Wood. He was dead before I was born, but I did know his daughter, the eminent feminist lawyer Elsie Wood, who got her education right across the street from Ole Egham, a great lawyer in his day. We're just very happy to be here, and thanks for the support. And thanks to Gary Giese, who gathers materials from the history of Whitehall as he teaches students here, high school students, to honor and respect the past. And Gary's done a great job. And also, I needn't say this, but Ellen Coxland was the person who got this ball rolling years ago and stuck with it and kicked my butt until I finally came around and helped build it. I didn't help build it, I just helped. Okay.
I have a quick word. A few minutes ago, David and I ran into David Schaefer, and he reminded us that both of us and he performed in Arsenic and Old Lace in Whitehall in the 70s. David and I had the privilege of having a hobby farm in the area for most of the decade of the 70s. And I have to say, having grown up in a suburb of Chicago, I learned to be delighted about being in a small town and all the wonderful things that went on in a small town, a great community. And I hope that I'm here and David are here because we want to keep up that sense of great community of small towns. Thank you.
Thank you, Dave and Ruth. Let's give them another hand, please. Okay, at this time, I'd like to introduce Mayor Jeff Hauser and our Chamber of Commerce President, Dawn Peterson. The mayor would like to say a few words.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here on behalf of the city. And you'll note there's no sign up here that says your tax dollars at work, because it isn't. I would have put up a sign that says brought to you by people who give a darn. And we have a lot of people who give a darn around here to put this on, set that booth up. But I do want to thank the Woods for the substantial donation they made. And I do want to remind people that's not the first venture they've done here. I go into the city offices and there's a plaque on one of the display cases that says Ruth Wood on it, and then there's a structure over at the ballpark at Melby that's also part of their generosity. So I want to thank everybody else who's listed on the program and for your substantial donation. Chamber, especially Dawn and Ellen, for jumping in there, but it's very happy to do this dedication. So thank you.
Thank you everyone for coming. We are so happy. This is our second event we've had here this weekend. And it's just a great spot right downtown. This is hopefully not the last event we have. So I do need another hand to help with the ribbon cutting, and I think it's fitting that one of you would like to come, and Ellen?
This doesn't work, I got a knife in it. Ready?
All right, I would like to thank all of you for coming, and also would like to invite you, those of you that are here, on September 10th, on a Sunday evening, we are going to kick off the sesquicentennial celebration, beginning at 5:30 with an ice cream social, and followed by music at 6 o'clock with the Star-Hearted Men and the Whitehall High School Band. So that's Sunday, September 10th, starting at 5:30, with music starting at 6. In case of any rain, anything like that, we will be at the high school auditorium. So it will go on, rain or shine, on September 10th. Thank you, everyone, for coming, and enjoy your afternoon. Hold on, we have a special guest in the house here. Okay, we're going to have a recutting with Bucky participating. All right, thank you everyone again for attending today.